Hello and welcome. I'm Kathy and I'm Head of Pastoral Support, and today I'd like to talk to you about online safety. In 1983, computers first had the ability to talk to each other. By 1995, the commercial internet as we know it today was born and sold to consumers across the world. It's an amazing resource with many, many uses. It's a great way to connect with our friends. It's a way to do work. We've just seen over the last 16 months that you can do lessons online. You can play games online. You can connect with family and friends wherever they are in the world. You can look at the weather. What's the weather forecast for tomorrow? The internet is an amazing place. But the internet does come with some dangers. And we want to make sure that we're teaching you to make sure that you're as safe as possible when you're using the internet. So a few things that I want to talk to you today. And the first one I want to talk to you about is your digital footprint. So when I mean your digital footprint, I mean everything that you've ever done online on the internet since the very first day you joined. So every post that you've posted, every comment that you've liked, everything that you've retweeted, everything you've reshared, all forms your digital footprint and can all be found under you. So what you need to do is you need to think about what it is that you're putting online. Think about the types of comments that you're liking. Think about what that says about you as a person. And also think about what it might say about you in the future. So we have literally just seen a cricket player who's been suspended for something that he said several years ago now, and he's changed and he probably doesn't hold those views anymore. But he said it and it's out there, and once it's out in the internet it never goes away. This is your digital footprint. Any employer, when you now go for a job interview, I pretty much guarantee the first thing they would do is they would look for you online and they would look to see what they can find. So they're looking for what kind of comments you say, what photos you post, who you like, what groups you're a member of. Think about what all these things say about yourself. Think about when you're out on a weekend. We're all entitled to a social life, but think about the appropriateness maybe of some of the photographs that you're posting, or the comments or the language that you use. You also need to think about your email address. It might be fun when you first get your first email and you want to think of a name that you think is fun or clever or amusing, but think about what that actually says. If there's a swear word in there or it's trying to be too funny, think about what that will say when you have to send an email to a future employer with that email address. So that's your digital footprint. Sexting. I'm hoping by now you've heard of what the term sexting is, but sexting is the sharing of explicit photographs over the internet. Now, sexting, you don't have to be nude photographs. You can be clothed, but if the pose is considered to be provocative, then that's classed as sexting too. Problem we've got with sexting is that the minute a picture is shared from one person to another, if the person in that photograph is under 18, what's actually happened is you've just distributed an illegal pornographic image of a minor. It doesn't even matter if the picture's of you. So you've took the picture of yourself, you've shared it with a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a partner. It doesn't matter. You have just committed an offence. If that person then decides to reshare it with somebody else, they have then distributed an illegal pornographic image of a minor. Nobody wants to criminalise everybody. What we want to do is we want to educate you. What you've also got to think about is when you share a picture with somebody else, what if, and I'm sure they will tell you that they won't do it, but what if they share it with other people? Once it's been shared with a third party, that picture is out of your control. That can go anywhere in the world online and you have no control about it. So really think seriously about taking pictures and sharing them. Grooming. So grooming is an issue online. There's two types of grooming. You've got the sexual predators online, and you've also got radicalisation. So you've got people who are trying to change your views or influence the way that you think. The Internet Watch Foundation said that pre-COVID, so pre-lockdown, there were 100,000 perpetrators of online grooming. That figure has now risen to 300,000 perpetrators. So that's tripled in size. What's the reason for that? The reason is we asked you all to go online. Go online to do your lessons. Go online because it's the only way that you can talk to your friends. Go online to do business. Go online to work. So we almost provided a ready market for groomers. You've really got to be careful. Groomers will be online and they will pretend to be somebody they're not. So you're going to have to take their word for it. They tell you they're a 16-year-old boy. You have no reason to disbelieve that, but you don't know it's true. Make sure you know who all your friends are online. Don't be chatting to people that you don't know. Don't be chatting to people because you think they're a friend of a friend. If they're not your friend, then please don't start conversations with these people. Those of you that game online, gaming is a perfect place for grooming because you get engrossed in a game and you can hook up with other people all over the country, all over the world, and you can start gaming and you get engrossed in it, and before you know it, you think you are friends with somebody, but if you were to strip it right back, you've never actually met that individual. You still don't know who they are, but you might be connecting with them on a daily basis. Just be mindful of who you're talking to. Don't give out any personal information. Don't say where you live. Don't necessarily say what your age is. Don't say, I'm going to be in the park on Saturday afternoon. Don't give this information out to people. Just make sure you know who everybody is. Bullying. Bullying is a massive issue over the internet. 1 in 3 children reported being bullied in one way or another over the internet. And 2/3 of all young adults complaining of mental health issues this last 12 months have all reported online cyberbullying. Bullying can happen in many forms. It can be communications, it can be in a group chat, it can be sharing information that you wanted to keep private. But all of it is not nice. None of it has a nice intention behind it. We have a zero policy to bullying here in our establishment, and we would take anything that comes to us incredibly seriously. Don't get involved in being mean to somebody else online. Think about how you would feel if you were on the other end of it. Malicious communication, so when you're sending these nasty messages, they're actually called malicious communications, and that's a criminal offence. If the person you sent them to wanted to, they could take those to the police and you could end up in quite hot water. That's not something that we want to happen to you. So just think, is that comment necessary? Would I say it to their face? What is the need to say it? Why do I need to join in a group chat? And are we all being mean about the same person? And is this fair? So really, please be careful about what you're saying to other people online, but also if you are the victim and you are receiving messages like this, make sure you make somebody aware. Take your screenshots so that you've got the proof, and make sure you make someone aware so that they can come and support you and put an end to it. So talking about support, when you come to us, we have lots of different things that we want to do to support you with your online safety. So we will do some online safety training with all of you. We'll come into your classrooms and we'll go through, we'll have some conversations with you. You can share some experiences if you feel comfortable. We will give you some examples. We will give you the tools that you need to keep yourself safe online. Your personal progress tutor is there for you to go and see if you are having any issues. If somebody's been mean to you, if you've received messages the night before, if something's happening and you're just unhappy about it, you're uncomfortable about it, you've seen somebody else do it and you don't think it's right, bring it to your personal progress tutor and they can help sort it out. Your teaching staff are exactly there for exactly the same reason. You'll have course directors, you'll have tutors, you'll have teachers. Any member of staff will be able to support you if you are having an issue with anything online. As I've said, we have a zero tolerance to bullying. We want to keep you guys safe. We want you guys to be kind to each other. It's really important that we're all kind to each other, and it's really important that we're all safe. So I want you to bear these tips in mind that I've talked about. Think about your online activity. I most definitely want you to continue using the amazing development that the internet is. I just want to make sure you're doing it in a safe way. Thank you.